Hey everybody, Tom Tezak from Maui. I haven't been on for a couple of weeks. It's been sort of a little bit of chaos here in Maui with a lot of things going on with my family and my daughters, getting them back off to school in Nicaragua. So a lot of activity with working through all of that. But excited that we've got them back where they want to be and where they should be with everything with college. And glad to say NYU is back in session pretty soon, live and in person. And my daughter Zoe is there. And then my daughter Mackenzie is back in Nicaragua. And it was quite a journey for her to get there. She had to go, I think she had 6 sets of flights that were canceled and rebooked. And it was a journey for for 10 days trying to get back so she could go back to work and teach third grade in Nicaragua at a Nicaragua Christian Academy, which is exciting for her. And she was so excited to be back, even though at the end of the day, the school had to charter a flight to get him back into the country. So it's been a journey. Maui, as far as real estate has gone, it's been really busy with the residential part of the business. I'm so fortunate that in the last 10 days, we were able to help 3 sets of clients buy real estate sight unseen, not physically unseen on here, but they were on video. We were walking them through on Facebook, and some had family members checking it out. But so we have put 3 properties under contract this past week, which is really exciting. And we're getting close to the finish line on a couple others, so I'm happy about that. I am disappointed in our local government, though, the state and the county. Our mayor and our governor, to me, have just been doing a ridiculously poor job. And if you know them, let them know I think so. Because I just want to say that we have leaders that, from my perspective, are leading from a place of fear. You know, as FDR said, the only thing to have to fear is fear itself. And I feel that we are in that space with COVID. The statistics being so frustrated in the past week, I always try to bring some statistics when I come in, and this time it's about COVID and how it affects us, and how there's this great sense of fear that's been created by our media, by the politicians, and I think it's just really unfair. Just quite honestly, when I did the math and looked at it, living in Hawaii, we have about a 0.3% chance of dying from COVID. We have twice as much chance of dying from a car accident in Hawaii than we do from COVID-19. I think that speaks volumes. When we have heart disease and cancer and diabetes and stroke that creates so many more issues for our people that live in the state and live in the country, and why we're not expending all of this money that we've spent on COVID in trying to find a cure for heart disease or for cancer or for stroke or pneumonia. It just is befuddling to me that we can allow our government to do this. And I've just finally said this week, I can't just stand there and listen anymore and be afraid to say what I think. I think it's ridiculous that people are so afraid. Look at the numbers. Go to the CDC. It's less than 0.5% nationwide. And everybody's afraid of this. When we look at heart disease or cancer, 17% of people die from that. And why not take this money and go to that? Locally on the island, they were wanting to film Temptation Island. It's not that I'm a big fan of those kinds of shows, but they were bringing commerce in, and then people were protesting, and then the mayor backed off and said, "Oh no, we can't do this." I just don't understand how people can be so afraid of what's going on in the world. I feel like I'm living on Scaredy Cat Island. It's not Temptation Island. Our mayor, our governor, they're so afraid of everything. Let's create a policy and a procedure that will allow guests and tourists to come back. I have so many clients that just want to come to the home they own, the home they pay taxes on in our state, and they can't come back without quarantining, and it's ridiculous. They're all willing to test, to multiple tests, whatever it needs. Why not have a test 14 days? If we can bring dogs into this island without pre-testing, why can't we do it with people? 14 days before, 3 days before, and a test when they get off the plane. The people that want to come here, they'll do that. Create the opportunity for them to arrive, instead of pushing everyone away, I'm so concerned that our government is enjoying this lack of tourism as they dismantle our economy. And it's very frustrating to me. And I know I'm ranting right now, but I couldn't help myself because I'm so tired of people being afraid of this. Just dig into the statistics, look at the math, talk to some doctors, and see what they have to say. The whole quarantining is fine. I get it. We want to make sure that the people that are unhealthy stay healthy. But if you're out there and you're not healthy, then don't be going out and exposing yourself to people. I get so the hypocritical attitude or people that are being hypocritical that are saying, oh, I don't want to go and do this, but yet they can go be in somewhere else in public. It doesn't make sense to me. So it's just frustrating. And then one last topic that I'm going to rant on is the unemployment catch-22. So we had an employee that now won't come back to work because they're collecting unemployment, because they're making way more money doing that than if they were working. And it's just really sad. And I just don't know what to do to help people. And then finally, I just said, we have to just be vocal. For those of you that are listening, I see a bunch of people commenting. We need to stand up. We need to be the vocal majority. We can't let this fear rule our world. We can't let this political opportunities from both sides of the political fence. I just think it's ridiculous that there's this. The people of the United States have become the political hot potato, and we're just getting abused by all of it. And I'm really tired of it. I don't know how to do this, and I think it's just a shame. And I don't know what else I'm going to say, but at the end of the day, I wish we would have spent the trillions of dollars on curing cancer, which my sister-in-law just passed away from, or on heart disease, which my father-in-law passed away from years ago, or Alzheimer, which my mother-in-law passed away from years ago, or respiratory failure, which my mom passed away from, or diabetes, which my dad passed away from. That's where our energy should be going, not to COVID, something that's the mortality rate is minimal. It's just fascinating that people have taken this and spun it out of control. Please just take a minute to step back and look at the numbers. Look how ridiculous it is. It's more likely that you will get killed by when you're walking down the street by a car in Hawaii than you will from getting COVID. I mean, this is just nuts. It's more likely you'll drown than dying from COVID. But we haven't taken all the cars off the street, and we haven't stopped people from going into a swimming pool or into the ocean. Well, why not? That's what our government's going to be doing next. It's just amazing how much fear has controlled our country. And I'm sorry I'm ranting, but I'm just so done with it. So if you guys feel the same way I do, let me know. If you think that I'm off the rails, let me know that too. I just wanted to just share my piece on this Sunday afternoon and just say that I hope everybody the best. I wish everybody the best. We have an amazing world we live in here in Maui and in Hawaii. I just am struggling and frustrated with our government and the way that they can't seem to make a plan to help our community and the people that work here. The highest unemployment in the country is in Maui, and it's just a shame. It's a shame that our mayor has no clue. It's a shame our governor is afraid. So with all of that being said, I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate your comments. And if I can be of any help, like always, let me know. If you want to come out and visit, start petitioning to get the rules changed for quarantine. And if they don't, right now they're setting it's going to be at the earliest, October 1st. Happy to help you with anything I can. If you're going to come out in quarantine, we've got a whole list of quarantine ideas and how to work through it, and contacts and connections to make it a little easier, and we'll help you with that too. So from Maui, Tom Tizak, going a little off the rails today on this Sunday, but I feel better and I couldn't help myself, and I hope all you guys are doing well. Aloha.